Hello. Well, ladies, I haven't done one of these for a long time, so I thought it about time I did do a video. However, I'm not going to do a makeup tutorial today. I'm just going to tell you about some of the things that I do use to transform this into something that looks reasonable. I don't use any filters or anything. This is what skin looks like. I'm 58 years old. You know, you've got a crepey neck, you've got lines, you've got droopy eyelids, you've got thinning brows, you know, blotchy skin, patchy skin. This is what 58-year-old skin looks like. It doesn't look like some of those videos you see where they're all smooth and line-free and all that nonsense. You know, this is how you really look when you get to 58. Anyway, so I thought I would just do a quick little video on all the stuff that I use, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to transform this with makeup and lashes and all that lot, eye lifters, and then I'll come back and I'll go through all the things that I use on a daily basis, including my skincare. Okay, so I'll see you soon. Okay, makeup is all done, and I wanted to share with you some of the things I use to show you how to get to look better about yourself. The nails are from Kiss, from Amazon. They are the best false nails you can buy because they're very thin and they can slide it down onto this piece of skin here. So it's not called the cuticle apparently, I don't know what it's called anyway. But they're the best fingernails you can buy from Kiss, that I have painted in my own colour, but you can get them in colours as well. So some of the stuff, my usual skincare is, so every day, because I suffer from rosacea, every day I have to be careful what I do put on my skin. But some of the things I do use, I use a firming neck cream, this one, which is from Amazon. This is really good. I mean, I've used one by Roche, which was twice the amount. This was about £7 on Amazon, and that has really firmed my skin up a lot on my neck. It's very good, and also it's got like a rollery thing, so you squeeze it out and it rolls your neck, and I think that has helped as well. But I'd highly recommend that. And then for my skin, I use the Roche Retinol Everyday SPF 30, which I've been using for years and years. I think that is probably the one I like the most because you can put it on, it's got SPF 30 in it, so you don't need a sunscreen as well. I can't be bothered with all that rigmarole. It takes me long enough to get ready now, so I use that. But on my neck, obviously, because I use this and it hasn't got a sunscreen, I use the La Roche, oh no, that's the roche-posay SPF 50 and Telios. That's excellent sunscreen, so I put that on my neck just to protect it from the sun before I put my makeup on. And prior to all this, I do use that as a toner in the morning. I don't scrub my skin or do anything too vigorous with my skin in the morning because I've already cleansed it at night. And like I said, I suffer from pimple rosacea, so it just makes it worse. But this is like a rice water. That's from Amazon as well. That's about £9, and that cleanses the skin in the morning gently without stripping anything off it. Now I use the eye lifters as well. I don't know whether you can see them there, look. So these I use, and I use these little tweezery things to put them on because they're long and you can get into the eye. I've tried all sorts of these ones. These were quite expensive for what they were. You get about, I don't know, 4 or 5 sheets, but these are the plastic ones, and these are the best ones. These are the ones you can swim in, go to the gym in, do everything in, and they do not come off until you take them off at night. The papery ones are rubbish, so spend a bit more and get the plasticky ones, which you can buy on Amazon as well. So my makeup that I use to create this beautiful look, the lashes are by Kiss, and they're called Updo. These are a bit thicker than I normally wear. I wanted a bit more of a glamorous look today. and I've stuck them underneath my own lashes instead of putting on top, and then I just leave them on for a few days rather than go through all the stress of trying to put on. But believe me, if you're going to do that, have a very calm time doing it, because you feel like you just want to screw them up, throw them in the bin. So it took a while for me to put them on today. I can do them, but it takes ages for me to put them on, and so they're not as easy as when you used to put them on top. But they do look a bit more natural because you don't have that line on the top there when you glue them on. But they're just the same as when you put them on top. And like I say, I only put them on like that because I like to leave them on overnight, and then I don't have to stress out about putting lashes on the next day. My makeup that I use, I'll show you. I've now been using the Estee Lauder Double Wear, which I tried years ago in the 90s, and I had a much younger complexion then, obviously, and it was quite matte. It's still a matte product, but at that time I had just combination skin, so I was quite oily, so this was perfect for that. And then I didn't use it for years and years, and I thought, oh, I'll give that a go. If you're going to use this as an older woman, I would say use it extraordinarily sparingly, because if you put too much of this on, you just look like a waxwork or a mannequin in a shop window. It goes really matte and thick, but if you put it on sparingly, I promise you this foundation will last you from 8 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night and still look great. So I would highly recommend it as a foundation. Makeup, I've recently started using Nars again, because I used to use Nars years ago and then moved on, as you do. But my favourites at the moment are the Nars White Translucent Setting Powder. So I use that to set my foundation, and then I'll use, for an under eye concealer, I use the Nars under eye concealer in Madeleine, because it's most natural for my skin tone, because I've got a neutral under base. Then I use a primer for above my eyes, which is just an e.l.f. one. I have got the I've got an expensive one as well, but I can't think what it's called. Anyway, I've got an expensive one, but this works just as well and costs a third of the price. For my eyebrows, I've got this e.l.f. one. It's a double-ended one, which is mascara and for your eyebrows. I can't tell the difference, I just use both ends. That was cheap as chips from Amazon as well. That works quite well. My mascara is a Clinique one, always waterproof Clinique mascara, lash building one. I find that just stays on all day, and I've tried thousands of waterproof mascaras, and this one just stays on all day without that horrible panda eye you get after wearing certain waterproof mascaras. So I'd recommend that. For contour, I use this one, which is a Charlotte Tilbury dupe on Amazon. It's called Angry Colour. Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on. It's called Angry Colour, and that's from Amazon as well. And that was about £6 something or other. And it's excellent. It's got the little spongy tip on as well, and that's a nice, cool colour. Not too cool, because you don't want to look like a corpse, but that's a nice colour. And that is, I'll tell you it. Let me just put my glasses on. This one is in 04 Fair Light. So it's a nice colour, not too cool, because with a neutral undertone I don't want to look like a corpse, but that's a nice one. Eyeshadow, the eyeshadow that I've got on at the moment, hang on, let me find it. I've got eyeshadows everywhere. Is this one. This is nice. This is the Nars one, and the colours. I've got that over the lid, that in the crease, and then it's called, I can tell you, Habanera. But I've got quite a few Nars eyeshadows now, and a Bobbi Brown one, which I love, which I do alternate too, and this is lovely as well. This is just a palette by Bobbi Brown, and that's very long lasting as well. However, you do have to use setting spray and primer to make them last all day, but once you do that, they last and last and last. I just got something on the floor. Oh, I missed out. So my primer that I use. This one is called Ultra Glide Face Primer by Face Therapy, and that was from Amazon. Now the reason why I use that is because, for one, it's a cream and it's got no silicones in it, because if I use anything with silicones on my skin I just break out badly, and this one I find does not make me break out at all, and it's just a cream. It's just like a, see, like a moisturizer, and I put it on with a brush, because someone said it's better to put it on with a brush, which I use, which is this thing here. Just stick it on with that, and it does a good job. Very good job. Doesn't make me break out. So if you break out, I have a tendency to break out. Now, I did a tutorial on this a while ago now, and I raved about it. Thought it was quite good. Well, some of it. The powder foundation I thought was quite good. However, looking back, I don't think it's very good at all. The mineral foundation, the powder foundation, lasts about 2 hours, and then it just slides off, comes off your face, just breaks up. The thing I do love about this is the French highlighter there, which I use quite a lot. As you can see, I've used the eyeshadows quite a lot. Didn't like this, just far too pigmented. This is sort of orangey, and then this one is very highlight, you know, very like a high beam highlighter, which I do use. Tend to use just these two here at the moment, but not worth the money you pay for it anyway. So that's it, ladies. I think I put my powder on with this, a little sponge. Don't use a brush, because you find that if you use too much face powder when you get older, it just sinks into all the lines and crinkles and stuff. So I do use a little Real Techniques sponge to put it on with. So that's it. I hope that will help you somewhat in your endeavours to look gorgeous. All we can do is keep trying, can't we, ladies, and do our best to look as nice as we can. Anyway, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.